The planning group is an important part of ISG because we work with our clients in kind of 4 different areas: project due diligence, engagement, funding, and then kind of the planning parts. And it really helps clients work through the process to identify projects, get funding behind it, get the community involved, and then really work to implement those projects in their communities. Engagement really gets the community involved in the process. So in the Orange City project, for example, we had user group meetings early on in the process, and that was looking at community leaders who could be school superintendents, city council members, leaders in the community who were really involved in more traditional kind of focus group discussions early on. And we had 6 of those meetings over a 2-day period and had 70 people in the community that were involved in those discussions to really kind of pull out those main themes that we were looking at. And that's when you really get the good qualitative information from the community that you can use to develop concepts and really get some strategies as the planning process moves forward. Orange City was a community development plan. So you're looking at like a 10 to 20 year kind of how do we see our community growing and developing in the future. So you're looking at housing, commercial and industrial development, and quality of place. So it's looking at economic development and kind of that multifaceted approach, and how do we make our community strong and vibrant as we look forward and really draw in the workforce that we want and those employers that we want in our community. They had a lot of pieces in place, but they were looking to take that next step. So they were very proactive when it came to acquiring land that would be strategic for economic development. They had a comprehensive plan in place. They had a preliminary trails plan in place. But they wanted somebody with an outside perspective to come and say, okay, what do we do next with all these pieces that are in place? And how do we leverage these assets to really take our community to the next level as that regional hub for commercial activity, for housing, for quality of place, and how do we make our community that next tier? And that's the role that ISG played, and that was the value that we brought in that process, was to really say, okay, you have all these great building blocks in place, but how do we use those building blocks to help your community and kind of use these existing pieces that you have to really build upon that. So it's really that outside perspective that they were looking for and that ISG was able to provide.